Good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is Anka Metcalf with Trade Out Loud, and tonight we're going to dive into the power hour trading. This is the first 60 minutes when the volume goes through the roof, institutions position, and smart traders harvest every single opportunity. So welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be here. If you're here for the very first time, please drop a 1 in the chat box. I want to personally say hi to you guys. So, hey everybody, type a 1 if you're still. Hey Steve, Jerry, thank you so much guys for being here and actually donating me your time. So I'm very grateful for that. And I really hope I make it worthwhile for you. Okay, so yes, this webinar will be recorded and the recording will be sent out to all of you guys that have signed up, all of you guys that are here. So tonight we will be talking about how you can turbocharge your income. And this is something that I have done over the last 15 years and basically trading just the first 2 hours, even when I'm swing trading, because I day trade and I swing trade. I day trade stocks, but more about it in the intro. Okay, so many of you guys are new in here, so just want to say welcome everybody. So I will be teaching you tonight how to generate, and I will show you my personal style of trading. And yes, we will be looking at some live charts tonight. So I know that makes everybody happy, and that makes me happy because this is actually the only thing that I really love, looking at charts and trading. So I will teach you how you too can generate a 6 to 7 figure income in 1 hour or less and create your own wealth ecosystem. Because basically what happens when you generate income, you have enough income to pay your bills, you have enough income to allocate to your swing trading account, you have enough income to start your investing account or actually compound to your current positions, compound and add to your investing account. So hello everybody. Like I said, my name is Anka Metcalf. I'm the CEO and founder of TradeOutLoud, which is the trading education company that is specialized in educating individuals how to day trade, swing trade, actively invest in any market. I trade the futures market. I used to trade a long time ago the Forex market, but since I let's say transition to the futures market, I trade more futures than I used to trade Forex. So I really don't trade Forex as much or sometimes even at all. But I am a very active stock trader. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You can implement this system for the stock market as well as for any kind of market. And that's the beauty of the system that we teach at Trade Out Loud. And that's the beauty of the system that allowed me to focus on my day trading, my swing trading, and investing using one simple strategy. I have been trading equities, futures, and for over 25 years. Prior to that, I have 10 plus years in investment banking, so I do come from the financial field. It's not like I have been parachuted here. And I trade high velocity trades. So I specialize in high velocity trades. And tonight I will let you in on what it is and what it means to have a high velocity trade and where you get it, the time frame. What do you need to have in order to get a high velocity trade? Because let's face it, everybody can push the button. Am I right? Team, give me a yes. Can anybody push a button, get long or short? Anybody, right? What is the most difficult part of the trade? Follow through, right? Because we get in a trade, and I admit I was in two trades today. And guess what? One worked, one did not work. And what was the hardest thing today? Follow through, right? It was follow through because not every single day we get follow through. We make money when the market follows through and it goes in one direction or another, whether long or short. But if we don't have the catalyst, we really don't have the follow through. And traders need to understand that there are periods of time, because I know it's frustrating. Don't think that I'm immune to frustration. No, I get frustrated as well because I want to make money too, as everybody else every single day. But guess what? That's not possible to have 100% accuracy in your trading, right? So what we want to do tonight is I want to share with you some of the inside action that I look at in order for the trade to have follow through. Okay. So how many of you guys would like to take control over your financial future for you and your family? Hands up, everybody. Show me your hands. Wave your hands. I'm sorry I don't have my webcam on. Okay, we're still. Thanks so much. Okay, so we were in a whole house renovation here, but guess what? There's no more echo. Is there any echo? Finally, I have curtains on. I have like everything on, window tracement, so I'm good. Okay, thanks everybody. Okay, because that was a problem for the last 2 days, right? I had a little bit of sound issue, but everybody does, right? Now, are you guys in here? Thanks so much, Joseph. Thanks, Dan, Sebastian. So one of the biggest reasons why we're all here is because we want to make money, right? And we want some sort of consistency. This is the number one thing. Are we here for the Lamborghinis? Do you think that's really realistic? Like, I would like a Lamborghini. No, I don't have a Lamborghini. Wouldn't everybody here want a Ferrari as a second car or a third car? But that's not what trading is all about. Or it depends on how much money you start, right? Because if you have a $5 million day trading account, yes, you can get there because when you're risking your R is 50,000, right? Isn't it crazy to think that? But no, we don't have that money, right? So we have to make money with what we have. And yes, you can make money with small money because we have access to micros, we have access to full-size contracts, so we have access to enough information and enough tools in the market to make a living. So this webinar is for you if you're really tired of second guessing your trades. Am I going to go long? Am I going to go short? I mean, look at a day like today, right? It was very difficult. When I started the trading session, because we have some very clear parameters, we said, okay, if it's going to maintain this support level, we're going to be bullish. But if we breach and start coming down to this level, we're going to be bearish. It was that type of day. We were bullish above a certain level and bearish below. Now, if you want a repeatable system to grow consistent income, this is for you because this is exactly what I do every single day. I did not invent this system. I'm sorry to say, and if you're disappointed, I understand. I am not a guru. I have learned this system a long time ago, more than 25 years ago. And I have been implementing the same system over and over and over again, and I perfected it. And I came to this specific form, which is right now, where I don't need to tweak anything anymore. And it has been working really well. And it works in any kind of market. It works in a bearish market. It works in a turbulent market. It works in a volatile market. It works in a bull market, a bear market. It works in every single market. If you're done with the information overload and want real, actionable setups and simple setups, I'm going to show you some charts and I'm going to name some setups. You're going to be blown away. You're going to say, no, it cannot be that simple. Look, if trading was super complicated, do you think Wall Street would do it? I guarantee that many of you in this room actually know more, and I mean it, you know more technical analysis and you know more and you have more information. And I know for sure that my members in the trading room, at least there are a few that are brilliant, know more than Wall Street bros. I am telling you right now. I know it, I've been there, and I know what they know. So if you're looking to profit in any market, like I said, bull, bear, choppy, whatever it is, you can apply the same system. In fact, whenever you have like a difficult market environment, it actually shows you when to sit on your hands, okay? And when you need to apply less risk. I can't wait to get to charts to show you this. If you want a smarter way to make money work for you, and that is in swing trading. I'm also going to show you that I exited a trade in gold way too early, like 300 points early, but I still made around 400 points in it. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to chase anything. Okay. So I exited gold right into the on the FOMC day. The reason for that is my reasoning, and at least this was my reasoning to protect my capital, right? I was already up like I don't even know how many R's in it. And then I thought, you know what? Everybody in Wall Street was hedging into the FOMC. And that's why the price of gold just skyrocketed. And I was like, okay, so it's already extended. It's already higher. It's already over $3,700 for an ounce. And I'm like, I just don't feel comfortable holding it. So I put a trail stop at 3,700. And I said, I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out because if the FOMC is going to drop the rates, then gold may be going lower because it may not be seen as a safe haven anymore. Well, I was wrong. So I admit I was wrong, but I'm still good because I still made about 400 points or a little bit over 400 points. If you're fearful that you will lose your money with your trades, how many of you guys have that fear of loss? I'm going to raise my hand because when I first started day trading, it's so different than investing. I'm telling you guys right now, it is scary. My hand was sweating and trembling on the mouse when I was placing my first day trade. You have to understand, I was looking at generational wealth. We had clients that invested for decades. So we were looking at a really high time horizon. And guess what, Martin? High five. Okay. Are you kidding me? Yes, my heart was also pounding out of my chest. My hand was sweating on the mouse. And believe me, when I placed my first day trade and coming from the institutional field, seeing the way I was reacting, I thought I was like, what's wrong with me? Okay, what is wrong with me? But day trading does that to you because you want to be right and you don't know, like when you're doing it the first time, when you're first time on a new platform, when you're transitioning to something that is very new, you are fearful. Okay, so I gotta say the first trade that I placed, I actually bought it with 5 shares. That was it, with 5 shares. And I knew that if I could trade with small money and start my way from that point, because you treat your account and you treat your trades the same way, whether you trade it with a share, with a contract, or with 100 contracts, you trade the same way. But if you can imagine, like my heart was literally pounding for, 5 shares. And at that time, it was like a crazy, like it was a really baby stock. Like it was probably like a $5 stock. So it wasn't moving that much. It was insane. So if you have that fear of loss, I am telling you tonight, I'm going to share with you something that is really important and how you need to risk and how you need to organize and budget your day. And I teach my traders this every single day in my trading room. If you're fearful of never being able to retire, I mean, how many of you guys were like, oh my gosh, do you guys know that I do not have the fear of retirement? Why? Because I love doing what I'm doing. It keeps you sharp, guys. So regardless of what age you have, trading is an amazing, it's not a hobby. And think about it. It's only an hour a day. Like who cannot do that? And we're getting together, we're chatting, we're trading. I mean, it keeps you active. It keeps your brain active. So I don't want to retire from trading. I love it. Okay. If you don't love it, then that's a problem. If you want to supplement your income, supplement whatever it is that you want, put some money aside. This is it. Okay. This is it. The market is very generous and it's for everybody. Okay. Everybody has a place. Now, who is this webinar not for? It's for kickers looking to get rich quick. This is not it because it doesn't work that way. And I have to say, it didn't take me like, a week to be successful. No, it takes time. So I'm going to be honest with you. It took me about 5 months. Okay. Because in the first 3 months, I got cocky. I was trading small and I was making money. Like, don't think that I was making like crazy money. I was averaging about $200 a week. To me, that was insane because I knew that if I up my size and up my R, I'm going to make more money. It was all about the strategy and how I manage the trades and how I react to the trades. And then it was a matter of just increasing my R depending on how much money I want to risk and how many trades I want to put. But the bottom line is that after 3 months, I bought into a crazy system. I thought, oh my gosh, I found the holy grail. So I invested and I purchased like these indicators that were like shiny and they were dotted lines and they were this and that. And it was crazy. So I invested in that. More so, I also invested in participating in a room that it was a newsroom. It was called a newsroom. And basically they would post the hottest news from the market, like you're getting on CNBC, like breaking news or whatever, at the same time, or even like seconds before it happens. Okay. So they would get it. So this agency would get it before they would actually transfer the information to CNBC, Bloomberg, etc. And it was crazy because I lost almost everything that I have gained within those 3 weeks. And it was devastating. I was like, what the heck is going on? First of all, I was paying for that room about $460 a month. And that was like 25 years ago. And it was crazy. And it was a hot com room. I don't know how many of you guys have been trading for this long as I have, but it was a hot com room. There was no Zoom, there was no Novia, there was nothing. So it was that. So, anyways, long story short, I had to get rid of everything and return to the basics. And then I realized, you know what? There are no shortcuts in trading. You just have to apply yourself to a strategy to see if it works. And then I had the strategy that worked. I had so much luck in finding phenomenal mentors that taught me how to trade, day trade. So anyone who thinks success in trading happens without discipline or skill is totally wrong, and this webinar is not for them. Anyone who wants to reinvent the wheel, how many of you guys really want to reinvent the wheel? Don't you guys want a system that works in everything? So at this point, if somebody would tell me, I'm going to give you a system, and guess what? You're going to start trading this system and you're going to be successful. Do you think that I will ask questions and say, oh, but does the system works in futures? Does the system work in stocks? It works in everything. So if somebody told me that this system works in every single asset on the market, sign me up. Because you have an opportunity to make money in every single market with the system. So that's the beauty about it. So I don't care if I'm trading stocks. I don't care if I'm trading futures. I don't care what I trade. You know what my bottom line is? Show me the money. That's what it is. Show me the money. So if you're listening to every guru out there on social media for their analysis, don't. You know more. Trust your instincts. That's what I want to say. And trust your knowledge. Okay. Trust you. Don't trust anybody. You don't even have to trust me. Put me to the test. Okay. If you're not an action taker and not willing to put in the work, again, it's not for you, because in trading, you have to put in some work. So we're going to talk about fast tracking towards wealth, because this is not only about income anymore. Zero stress, trading magic, the autopilot tricks, secret strategies of the pro's ultimate financial system. So we're going to talk about everything in here. Now, what did Napoleon Hill say about goals? A goal is a dream without a deadline, right? So in order to succeed, you need to have a really good plan with a deadline to achieve your goal. If I would want right now, by the way, I'm on a deadline here with a house. It's like horrendous, but I have a deadline that by Saturday, I want to like have my office all set up with books in my bookcase and everything, so I could start doing videos. I plan on doing a lot of streams, free live streams, with everything, with trades, with analysis, with everything. So I have a deadline. But if I say that, oh, I wish I can, finish up setting up my office, and I don't have a deadline, and I go like, oh, I'm gonna go shopping today, tomorrow I'm gonna browse the internet, then I'm gonna go to a movie. I don't have a deadline. But if you have a deadline, you create that sense of urgency. And the same thing goes with trading. You go like, okay, I gotta learn support resistance. Okay. So you're gonna say, I'm gonna learn support resistance, by the end of this week. Okay. So I'm going to learn about support resistance by the end of this week. It's not hard. I'm going to apply myself to it. Then I'm going to learn something else and I'm going to give it another 3 days. So always have a deadline into what you want to do, whatever you want to do, whatever it is. Now, here's the beauty about our system, and here's the beauty about trading in general, whether you're a stock trader or a futures trader or a Forex trader, whatever you are. You don't need to be a math whiz to be a trader. You don't. You don't. The markets are not about math. It's all about psychology because we're trading the market's psychology, right? Emotions, energy, and the power of managing risk. And here, I think this is one of the most important aspects of trading, the power of managing risk. I, for example, trade to allow myself 5 to 6 trades in a day, but I don't take 5 to 6 trades in a day. Today, I took 2 trades. One, I made a little bit of money on it, less than 1 R. And one, I lost 1 R, okay? So that allows me to get out of a hole in case I dig myself out of a hole, allows me to take myself out of the hole immediately. Because if I have 1 losing trades, I lose 1 R. If I have another trade where I lose another R, I have another trade where I lose another R. So let's say I lose 3 R's. 3 R's are my allocated risk, right? So 1 R is my allocated risk. So for example, if I have an $100,000 account, my allocated risk per trade is $1,000. And I position size for that. Guys, this is the secret sauce. Position size for that trade, okay? So I got to see how many contracts can I fit into that specific setup, because trading the futures market is wild, okay? So sometimes you're going to trade the Dow and have, let's say, 150 point stop. In another setup, you're going to trade the same Dow with a 30 point stop, okay? So it's one thing when you lose, let's say, 150 points in the Dow, and another thing when you lose 30 points in the Dow. But when I trade, my R's are equal. So I allocate $1,000 on the first trade and $1,000 on the second trade. And I'll show you how I do that towards the end of this presentation. So my goal for you tonight is to understand the process and understand that trading is easy if you position size. And if you don't trade with 1 contract or consider that, okay, I have $50,000 account, I'm going to trade with 2 standard contracts. Guys, you're always going to blow up that account. And it's going to be so hard for you to come out of that hole, okay? Very, very hard. But if I have 3 losing trades, and in my 4th trade, I have followed through in my trade, and if I, let's say, accumulate 3 R's, so I have a great follow through, and I make 3 R's in that trade, I have just erased 3 losing trades. So you can see that applying very simple risk management rules, it is the key to success. Do you know what Paul Tudor Jones said? Paul Tudor Jones, billionaire, Wall Street billionaire. He said, I could lose on 80% of my trades. And he said, you can be, and I quote, you can be a complete imbecile and lose on 80% of your trades. But if 20% of your trades are winning trades, you're going to grow your account. He's right. He's right. I was very fortunate enough to have great mentors that when I started trading, this is the first rule that I've learned. And I never feared loss. I have never had that loss, that fear of loss ever again. Even though the first time when I placed a trade, my hand was shaking. So some advantages to the futures trading, and don't forget, I am a stock market fanatic, but I don't day trade it anymore. Why? Because of tax purposes, okay? Number 1 for trading futures is the leverage. You get more buying power. Number 2 is high liquidity. This is a really high liquidity market, especially in the first hour or in the first 2 hours. It's a nearly 24-hour market. So you have access to charts 24 hours. If you're seeing a setup right now at this time, guess what? You can take the trade. You get low trading costs. Futures commissions are still very, very low, and there is no day trading pattern rule. So that means more freedom to trade more actively. Tax efficiency. This is the number one reason why I came to this market, because many US futures contracts qualify for the 60/40 tax treatment. And more so, if you're residing outside of the United States, you get a far better taxation. And then 40% taxed as short-term ordinary income. So there's no wash sale rule. There is easier tax reporting and cleaner bookkeeping. There is transparency and regulation traded on regulated exchanges like the CME and NYMEX. You have diversification opportunities. Futures cover everything. You have the futures indices. So basically, when you trade the Dow, you're trading the 30 stocks under the Dow. You're trading NASDAQ, you're trading 100 stocks under NASDAQ. When you're trading the S&P, you're trading the S&P 500. When you're trading Russell, you're trading Russell 2000. You have commodities that are available like copper and natural gas and oil, crude oil, Brent oil. You have interest rates. You can trade bonds, and allows you to hedge or speculate across asset classes. This is something I don't do this, but this is something that institutions do. And when they start hedging, for example, when they start buying commodities like they were accumulating in gold, right? Or currencies in the dollar or the yen or the pound, right? That's how they hedge. Also, professional level tools for everybody. We have access to award-winning platforms. I mean, all the platforms that are there, I don't find any kind of con to it. Like, all the platforms are really great. Now, you have to understand, these are retail platforms. Okay, they're retail platforms. Because if you would see an institutional grade platform, it's moving so fast, it's nauseating. But they have adapted. So I trade on Thinkorswim. They have adapted, okay? Or Ninja, they have adapted. TradeStation, they have adapted. Interactive Brokers, they have adapted, right? It's not an institutional platform. Now, if you're very new and if you have been only trading stocks until now, guess what? Newsflash, this is everything that you can trade. It fits in one page. So you don't have a market minder of 100 stocks under NASDAQ that you can select from. You have to have lists of stocks that are gapping up, stocks that are gapping down, stocks that are continuing, stocks that are doing this. No, you're watching this. So basically, my bread and butter is here. So I have my Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell on my focus list. So this is these four indices are my bread and butter. These four indices are my employees. I send them to work every single day. So like, hey guys, go to work, get me a right good setup, and I'm going to start investing in that setup, and then we'll see if we make money. Okay, it's whether it's a winner chicken dinner or we barely have money for a burger at Burger King. But anyways, crude oil. I don't trade Brent. I don't trade gasoline or heating oil. Rarely. I used to. It's lost a lot of volume lately. Natural gas, yes, it's actually setting up. It's for a swing very soon. I'm really not into softs, so this one, boop, crossed over. I look at bonds. Bonds have not been very generous this year. Not a lot of great setups in there. So it made it pretty easy for us because we were looking at the indices. We're looking at gold. We're looking at silver. And that's pretty much it. Also, the grains have been very choppy and very low volume. So I kind of ditched them this year. I didn't even trade them this year. Some other years, yeah, I used to trade wheat, corn, soybean meal. These are in particular the grades that I trade. But other than that, you could also trade dollar, yen. You could trade the pound. You could trade Canadian dollar. You could trade the Swissy. You could trade the Aussie. You could trade Bitcoin. So how many of you guys in here would ever want to trade Bitcoin? And by the way, Bitcoin, feeder, yeah. If you like to trade Bitcoin or if you're following Bitcoin, you could trade it through futures. And I think it's safer. if you ask me. And not only that, but you have a micro available. You have a micro available, which makes it fantastic. But here's my trading universe. I trade basically the S&P, the Dow, Nasdaq, and Russell. I trade gold, silver, and copper metals as metals, and I trade energy, natural gas, oil, bonds. Guys, is this complicated? How many lists do you have to make if you're a stock trader? You make lists every single day. I used to wake up around 7:30 a.m. each morning and start scanning, starting with 8 a.m. because I needed to make my list ready, right? Stocks that are gapping up, stocks that are gapping down, stocks that are in a continuation, stocks that are up trading, stocks that are down trading, stocks that have relative strength compared to the Qs, stocks that have relative weakness compared to the Qs, those buys, Russell, and etc. It's so much complicated. I loved it. But now it's like my whole universe has been so simplified. So it's all about, guys, it's all about finding the silver lining. Okay. So one of the biggest problems traders have is what? Raise your hand if this is you. It was me. I was confused at first. Identifying the direction, the bias, right? How many of you guys get confused between time frames? There's the daily time frame that shows you, oh my gosh, this is long. And then you go on a smaller time frame and say, oh my gosh, this is short. Okay. So the 2 minute is downtrending, the daily is uptrending, the 4 hour is uptrending. It's like, where are we at? Okay, give me the bottom line. So what do? I'm going to go directly to charts right now. Okay. So this is the M&E S&P. This is the daily chart of the M&E S&P. What else do you guys see here? So I'm going to zoom in on this image right here. So what do we see? Within the last 5 to 6 days, right? So we have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th day right here. The price action has been what? Has been doing what? Has been range bound. Okay. So we're going to put some lines over here. Okay. So here are some lines with support and resistance. So we can see that beautiful range. Exactly. Jerry is consolidating, right? So the market is consolidating. So the first thing that we ask ourselves, where is the market consolidating? Is it weaker or is it strong? What do you guys think? Is this a strong market or a weak market? Exactly, Linda. It's a very strong market. This is a very, very strong market, right? I use very simple indicator. You guys see this is very simple volume. This I use for swing trading. This is a William percent R I use for swing trading. I don't use it for day trading. I don't even look at it. And then here I have the volume. I want to see the market participation. How many contracts are there in the market? Is there interest for the upside or to the downside? Okay. So what I can see here is that the market has been range bound for so many days. I also use some moving averages. I use the 200 simple moving average. I use the 50 simple moving average. I use the 20 simple moving average, and I use the 10 exponential moving average. The 10 exponential moving average shows me the traction. So it shows me whether whether the price is likely to hold that 10 EMA and continue higher. So what do you guys think if we trade above the all-time high? Do we still have room for higher? What do you guys think? Of course we do. And then what I do is if I see a consolidation into the high, now typically what we have exactly, Kay. So typically when we have a congestion into the highs, there are a few things that can happen. I'm going to share with you the market stages. This is so important. Now, first of all, we're going to try to identify in what stage we are in. And I think if you guys know market stages, I'm going to start, tracing them here. Okay. So for example, do you guys know what this is? Do you guys know what this is? These are the market stages. Okay. This is stage 1. And this is where the market is basing, right? When it comes to a breakout, this would be this point right here, right? The price action continues higher, okay? So this area right here is bullish. So price action is moving higher, okay? Now, I'm going to share with you something very interesting. When the market is reaching an all-time high, or not necessarily an all-time high, but a platform, just like here, okay? We're getting a sideways range, okay? And a lot of people are confused because this is what the market does. It's either having a linear base or it's doing 3 candles or 4 candles up and 3 candles down. And it's kind of doing this thing, right? The zigzag, right? It's doing the zigzag. Well, this market here is not doing the zigzag like it is here, but it's linear, right? So it's a linear compression. So there are two things that are going to happen here. Okay. Very interesting. So be very careful because these two things are going to perhaps happen tomorrow, or if not, they're going to happen next week. Okay. So what we do is we're going to trace the highs and the lows of this space, just like we did over here. Now, like I said, this is a stage one. This is a stage two accumulation, right? This stage right here, this is a stage two accumulation. Okay. This right here is a stage one because it came back and it rotated back up. And we're here into the very high, right into the very top. And this is a stage three. This is the compression, the consolidation, right? So this is where we are right now. Now, two things can happen. If we break above, and that's going to be fantastic, we're going to try to zigzag higher. Okay. And we're going to try to move higher. So this is going to be bullish, and it's going to be a continuation of stage two right here. So this is going to be a continuation of stage two. So this is going to be bull market. So when we break here, okay, we're going to continue higher. And if we break this area, we're going to break higher. By the way, there was some news that just came out that we're going to have the CPI data, even though the government is on shutdown, we're going to get the CPI data. So guess what? That's going to be more volatility. And the market has been like this because we had the shutdown, and we have the shutdown in a worst possible timing for the market. Why? Because we don't have the catalyst. Guys, we don't. Why would the market move? We don't have data, and we don't have earnings. We don't have stocks like Google and Amazon or I don't know, Apple to report and move the market. We don't. Or Broadcom to move them. We have nothing. Nada. We don't have anything. All right. So let's get back to charts. This is going to be a continuation of stage two right here. So the market is going to go higher. But if not, if we're going to break below the base, we're going to be in a pullback process. So in this case, we are going to move lower. Okay, so we're going to go like this, zigzag lower. This is a stage four. Okay, so this is stage one, the stage two, okay, the stage three, and boom, stage four. So where are we at? If we break below this low right here, okay, we're going to start pulling back, but caution, because if we break here, remember, we're landing into the 20 SMA. Okay, you see this right here, this spaghetti that I'm following? This is the 20 SMA. What happened around the 20 SMA? This is the time to look at your chart and say, hey, when was the last time the price action visited the 20 SMA? Okay, so because you can see that it's holding here above the 10 EMA. So it's still holding. As far as I'm concerned, the market is going to go higher if we break above the high. If we break above this number, we're going to go higher. But let's see, when was the last time we revisited the 20 SMA and what was the reaction? Oh, it was here. Okay, look at the reaction. The price action went lower, and at the same day, it closed above the 20 SMA. Oh, okay. So their trick here was to erase some of the stops, take some stops out, so they can accumulate. This is basically eliminating a lot. This bottoming tail right here is eliminating a lot of the stops because, you know, algos respect moving averages, right? So this is an algo reaction here. Moving averages are algo rich, in case you didn't know that. So after this washout, after this shake and bake, after they shook the tree real well here, they accumulated more shares from these individuals and push the price higher. Okay, cool. So it was a bullish reaction off of the 20 SMA. And remember, it went a little bit lower, but by the end of the day, it closed above. How about here? Look at this, 20 SMA in love. Look at this dance around the 20 SMA right here. So we know that from this point, the market has an affinity to come to the 20 SMA. So if it pulls back to the 20 SMA, it's not going to be a drama, but be ready for a reversal. And if you close weak here, so let's say if you have a candle like this, okay, this is a red candle, okay, let's say like this, let's make some tails here. This is an ugly candle. Okay, you get the picture. So this is the red candle. If we close below this 20 SMA right here, that means that there is about 90% chances, 90. I'm going to send you guys the recording from this presentation tonight, and you can verify. If we get a close below the 20 SMA, there's a 90% chance we will come to the 50 SMA. This line right here, this one. Okay? Is technical analysis complicated if you have the right system? Give me a yes or a no. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. All right. Is it doable, guys? Is it I mean, is this rocket science? Literally. Totally doable. It's not rocket science. Exactly. All right. So guys, where are we at tomorrow? Let me, do you guys want me to teach you a trick about velocity? This is where velocity comes. Okay. The path of least resistance. This is where the breakout is. This is going to be into all-time highs. This is where the velocity comes. This is where we're going to get follow through. Hey, Chanel. All right. So this is where the velocity comes. So if you break above this number right here, okay, tomorrow, when we wake up and come from the computers and say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's so close to breaking out. This is where the velocity starts. In fact, a lot of traders are going to have limit orders placed already in here. They're going to have limit orders at 8:15. Here it is, not 8:15 in the morning, 6,815. Okay. So they're going to have limit orders to buy at 8:15, 8:16, 8:17, 8:18, 8:20, right? Different levels, different layers, right? They're going to start buying above this level. And once it triggers, okay, no retest on basis. So once it triggers, because it's such a linear base, Jerry, it's poised for a breakout. Okay. So if we break above this base, there are going to be many layers. And because a lot of the institutions are going to have orders, and by institutions, I mean algorithms, high frequency trading computers, because almost 90% of the market volume is algorithmic trading. And they see this as a base breakout. That's why the setups work so great. Okay. By the way, take a look at this buy setup right here. You can't get it any more perfect than this. This is a 3 candle down to the 10 EMA, close of the candle above the 10 EMA. You buy it over the red candle high all the way. Okay. And a lot of traders are still in because you don't see a lot of selling. Look at the constant volume that we're getting here. Okay. Constant volume. That means that individuals that initiated their positions earlier, they're still in the game. Okay, they're still in. So that means velocity. This is where the big money is at. Okay, now let me share with you something. This is all great, right? If this is going to happen. Now, I'm going to share with you something really interesting. As long as I'm going to try to make this as wide as possible. Do you guys see these candles here? Okay, I want to make them really big. You guys see these candles here? This is chop. Okay, this is pure chop. When the price action is not extending above the prior day's high, or if it's not pulling back below the prior day's low. So when this candle, let's say tomorrow morning, we're still going to trade within the range of the high and the low of today. Okay, you're not going to get velocity. This is going to be very hard to trade. You're only going to achieve velocity when the price action breaks above the prior high or breaks below the prior low. Okay, and it's going to be bullish above, or it's going to be pull back below. I'm not going to say bearish below because we are in an ultra power trend. Okay. But it's going to be pulled back below. So short with caution. Okay. Just like we did today. We're shorted with caution. We shorted out with caution. Okay. It worked. We stopped out the first time and then the second time it worked. Okay. So it stopped us by 2 points or 3 points, something like crazy. Okay. So anyways, this is what you want to look for. Does that make sense, team? Do you think that's hard? So tomorrow morning, what is everybody going to look for? What is everybody going to look for? You guys are going to look to see if the price is going to break above the prior high. And then what you do, this crazy pants awesome. I get so excited sharing these things with you guys. You go on a 5-minute. Let me take these off. Dum da dum. Okay. Oh no, let me go back. So you want? Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. So this is 68.15. All right. I'm gonna go to the 5-minute. Boom. Okay. Gonna go to 68.15. Okay, which is about here. Okay. You can enter early, but don't expect velocity. Like I said. Oops. Oh, I can't take it. Okay, where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, let's say this is 68.15. Okay, you could see it here. Oh, it was marked. Okay. Okay, so it's marked. Now, what you will need to do, okay, zoom it in, zoom it in, zoom it in. Okay, whoops. This is what you do when you're in a hurry. All right, here you go. All right. So remember, the market is still into a chop. See what I did today? So today what we had was a move down, up, down, double bottom. It didn't really recover. It got rejected again, back down. Multiple bottoms right here. Multiple bottoms through the doldrums. And then we had the clue. We went up, pull back, right? This is very significant. Why? Because let me share with you this aspect. When you have a solid bottom like this, and by the way, take a look at this. This was an algo push right here. Okay. So we have a bottom, we have a higher low. This is the bottom. This is a higher low. The price action is tempted to continue higher. So the next higher low that determines it confirms an uptrend onto the 5-minute. Okay. So this is a breakout. You buy it above, you short it below. You bought it above, you see it into resistance. You see this is T1 right here. This is first resistance. This is T2 into the second pivot. This is T3 into the third pivot, and we're trading above. What do you guys see here? And by the way, this is the overnight. This is still very flaky. I wouldn't say the bigger volume, but if I look at charts at night, I typically look around 10 p.m. I'm sorry. Okay, so the biggest problem here is this 200 SMA, which I don't think is going to be a problem. If we trade over that, we're going to try to squeeze higher. Where to? We can see the bottoms right here. So this is going to be T4. Does that make sense, team? All right. So by the way, so the overnight trading session, okay, we still have the overnight trading session. And if the overnight trading session is going to zigzag its way, and you're going to find yourself here, let's say at the New York trading session open, you're going to go like, okay, this is a big breakout. Okay. You don't have to put a buy limit order here, but wait for the open, wait 5 minutes, and then buy it over the 815 and place your stop. And again, this is the 5-minute. Place your stop below the most recently formed pivot. You got yourself a winner. Now, you only have to worry now about what? Target, right? About the target. What is the target? What are the targets for this? Guys, is this helpful? Let me know in the comment box. Let me know if this is helpful. All right, we're talking about tomorrow. We are anticipating the move, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go do some fibs. Gonna have some fun. And most recent high and low that we have, we're gonna do some extensions here to see what the targets are, okay? So you can see here that we are basically, here we are, okay? We're basically compressing between two fibs, okay? Between two fibs, mostly. And this is the highest point of the high. Let's say the all-time high. By the way, this is the all-time high. If we break the all-time high, where do we go, team? Can somebody tell me? It's like self-explanatory. You don't even have to think. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to do anything because the chart is going to tell you every single thing. What do we do? What is the target? Ta-da! It's right here. It's right here. It's going to go to 68.38. This is called velocity. So it's going to go from this point right here. It's going to go to this point. How about next week? Do you guys want to know next week's targets? And no, it doesn't depend on the full moon. Okay, it's not astrology trading. Okay, so the targets, let me just eliminate all the lines here. Okay, we're going to avoid into 69.71. Do you guys think this is realistic? By the way, I did a forecast on the market. We do it every single January, and I think it's on YouTube somewhere. Take a look, because we did a forecast on the market, and we forecasted some crazy pants targets for the S&P. 90% of the targets were already hit. We're waiting for the last 10% to be achieved into the third quarter. Okay, so yeah, we forecasted. All right, so this is it. This is the next target. So it's not rocket science, guys. It's not rocket science. It's just apply your knowledge to the charts. Okay, so let's continue. Pum pum. Okay, so there's a 5-step process if you want to get started with trading. First, well, I'm not going to say open an account first. I'm going to say educate yourself first. Then open an account. Determine your risk size, which is, we talked about, it's your R, and it has to be the same on each and every single trade. And I don't know why 98% of the traders do not do this to the very day. They don't. But not you guys, because I know for sure, starting tomorrow, you're going to look at your R. Because if you're in the red right now and you're having a hell of a fight, it's because you don't have your risk size and you don't position size. And by the way, let me show you how to position size before we move on next. All right, so we give this to our members. Okay, so we provide our members with a risk calculator. Okay, pum pum. And next year we're gonna give our traders something really phenomenal. So let's say you have a fit. Oh, this is okay. Let's make a copy here. Okay, so that was view only. Okay, so let's say you have $50,000 account. Boom. And you're going to risk 1%. This calculator is going to tell you exactly, and you're going to type it here, 500. 500 is 1% of $50,000. Let's say you have a crazy pants stop in the Dow. Let's say you have a 120 point stop in the Dow. You go here and you go like 100. Okay, so I'm going to type in 120 because that's my exact stop. And it tells me like, oh, you cannot trade a full size contract with your account size. However, you can trade 8 micros. Congratulations, because now you're trading on a budget. Okay, this is $500. Now, let's say you have a tighter stop in the Dow, because stops vary. You're not going to have a constant stop of 30 points or 50 points or 70 points in the Dow. So, for example, let's say you have, a 50-point stop in the Dow. With your $50,000, you're allocating $500 per trade. And with a 50-point stop in the Dow, you take the trade with 2 contracts. It's not that you have a $50,000 account and you're managing because you're some kind of a magician and you're like, oh no, I'm going to trade with a constant of 5 micros. When I hear traders, beginner traders that are coming to us and telling us this, we're like, no. Wait. Okay. Let me tell you how you're going to do it. Okay. So yeah, you're not going to do that here. Okay. No, you're not going to trade with constant, with standard side. No. You're going to use this calculator. If you want to be successful, you want to do this. Okay. And it's not hard. It's very, very simple. Okay. All right. So first off, again, determine your size, have a trading plan. It's like, okay, so what am I going to trade? Do you guys believe in a trading plan? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Type it in the chat box. Yes or no? I didn't believe in a trading plan when I first started trading. I thought I have everything in my head. It's like, I don't need a trading plan. I don't need it on a piece of paper. I have it in my head because I'm so smart. And no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't smart at all. No, because I realized that I needed a trading plan because when I started day trading, I sucked at gaps. Okay, I sucked at gap trading. So I noticed that I can trade really well, continuation trades, bases, whatever, what have you, but I sucked at gaps. But my trading plan lacked So I was trading everything. I didn't trade only a specific strategy. I traded everything at any time. Now, your trading plan should say, hey, I'm only going to trade the first 2 hours and I'm going to give my 100% in the first 2 hours. Okay. And if you have that, and by the way, I didn't have that. So when I was trading stocks, I was trading like from when the market opened till the market closed. I was in the market. I'm like, I didn't want to miss a beat. I almost ate at my desk almost every single day for about 5 years. I was like obsessed with the market. Anyways, so you need to have a trading plan. Have a good structure. Trade only the first 2 hours or the first hour, or whatever your schedule allows, or if you day trade or swing trade or whatever your style is. But have a trading plan and say, hey, I'm just gonna play bases, or I'm just gonna play breakouts, or I'm just gonna play buy setups or sell setups, or I'm gonna play whatever it is that you like to trade. And one of the things that is again a huge secret is along the position sizing game is to have a journal. Because if you have a tracking system, I'm going to show you a journal, what kind of a journal you need to have. So for example, you need to have something like this, okay? Where you have the date, the instrument, the direction, yada, 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 target 1, 2, 3, price, whatever, okay? So you need to have all this data. And you need to have like comments here, okay? And also at the time of the day, if you're trading in the morning, if you're trading in the afternoon, if you're trading at random hours, you need to have the timing too. I only trade in the first hour, so these are my results from the first hour, okay? So this is a tracking system for our trades. It's per contract, okay? It's not position size, but next year we're gonna have it position sized. So here, have ample comments and say, I took this trade. It was at so-and-so o'clock. It was before news or after news. You write a little bit about the context. At the end of the month, draw a line and see. Oh, and by the way, have another column here beside the direction where you're going to write down the setup that you took. Because at the end of the month, you're going to realize that at some setups, you're going to do great. And there are going to be some setups where you're going to totally suck. Okay. Just like I did. I'm telling you right now. And the time of the day is very important because it's going to show you next month where you need to focus. Okay. So what you're going to do in the next month is you're going to ditch whatever did not work for you and just focus on the things that worked for you. So you're going to funnel, you're cut off. Let's say, I placed a trade at 11:15. That didn't work out. And you're going to see that usually trades that you place later in the day don't work, or you give your money back. Okay. So trades in the first hour usually have the bigger follow through than trades around doldrums. So draw a line and say, okay, how does that do? Now, after you've done that, you need to reevaluate every single month, every 3 months. So at the end of, let's say, you do January, you do February, okay, and you do March, okay, you do March. And by the way, the totals right here, okay, these represent per contract. If you position size, this is 10x, okay? So you would have made, let's say, if you position size here, you would have made over, I don't know, 80,000 or something like that, okay? So it is crazy pants if you position size. You're going to do much better when you position size. So at the end of the quarter, you're going to draw a line and you're going to look at your results from the previous 3 months. Why do you need to do this? Because things are different every single month, especially when you're at the beginning of the quarter. So think about it now. We're at the beginning of October. This is amazing because next week, at the end of next week, we start earnings season. So things are going to get hot. There's going to be more volume that is going to come to the market. There is going to be more participation to the market, therefore more velocity, more follow through. And that's what we want. Now, the next 6 weeks, starting with the end of next week, are going to be the hottest because that's the time when we make money. And then it winds down. Then you have to have specific setups and specific strategies that work in a low volume market, in a pre-holiday market, because we have Thanksgiving, then we have Christmas, then we have New Year's, and then we have different opportunities. We do window dressing, then we have, the January effect, then we have all sorts of things that are happening in the holiday trading, right? Which is very specific. We have strategies for that. So you need to have your evaluation at the end of, not only at the end of the month, because you could have a month where it's sideways, where the market is like this, choppy, or you could have a month or like this, right? Choppy, like here. And you go like, oh my gosh, I didn't do well. The system doesn't work. Okay. And then you're like, oh my gosh, the system works. Oh my gosh, the system doesn't work again. Okay. So you need to adapt to every single market condition. Okay. Does that make sense? So these are little things that you can do outside of trading. Remember what Paul Tudor Jones said. We can be complete imbeciles, but if we have a good system and if we respect the R, okay, we could actually double your. By the way, do you guys know how many R's you need to make per month to double your account? Per month. Per month. Do you guys know how many R's do you need to make per month? If I tell you, you're going to be like, what? 2. That's right. 2 R's per month. Do you guys think, so if I risk right now, let's say $500, okay? If I risk right now $500, and if I make, if I make 2 R's, so that means $1,000 constant, 2 R's constant every single month. And guys, month, we do that in a day. We do that in less than whatever. Okay. Do you guys think you can do that? If we start thinking systematically, and if we have a plan, a successful plan, we could do it. And with 2 R's get you with doubling your account. So you have, if you start now 50,000, you can have 100,000 next year this time. All right. So, and we analyze the market using the TOL gold analysis system. Ta-da! Okay, it's really pricey. It's over 4,000 right now, an ounce of gold. Okay, and it's not hard. Look through our performance portfolio, and you'll see it. By the way, it's on our website. You go to our website, you go to services, and you have to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you will see our performance portfolio for futures from 2016, I believe. Okay, and in the stock market from 2012 or 2010 or something crazy like that. Okay, so why the golden system? It's pure, it's simple, it's accurate, and it's valuable. Okay, so the gold analysis decision system evaluates multiple time frames in a simple manner, just like I showed you. I put my money where my mouth is. Determines your daily bias by looking at one single freaking candlestick. Who cannot do that? Okay. Effortless bullish above or bearish below settings. We just did that. Clear setups. Hello, it's a base, so it's super simple. Entry, stop, and target prices with precision. No brainer. We used our fib tool, so our chart did all the heavy work. We just implemented stuff. So we just did boop, 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 and boom. We're our little algo here. Okay, risk or trade. One of the most important things. Velocity points, we identified. Super easy trailing system. We're not going to tap into this tonight, but it's very easy, and you have to have an exit plan. Okay, you have to have an exit plan. So we teach in our classes 3 ways of trailing, which literally we can be brain dead and we can still do it. No emotions and no stress in trading, because why would you have stress when you're allocating a risk amount? Okay, for your specific trade, you know exactly what you need to do. And timing precision, because there are certain precise timings into the market that are really specific to our system. So the gold system is generating profit year after year without adjusting or revising anything, like nothing. We're just implementing the system over and over again. High precision day trading, and this is within the power hour. So this is going to show you some examples here. For example, this is a short. Okay, and you can see here this target 1 based on the prior pivot low. It's no brain, and it's not super complicated. No brain effort here at all. This is target 1, and this is target 2, which was predetermined by another level of support, We strive for 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 when we get follow through. Okay. When we have choppy days like today, we kind of like look for 1 hour. 1 hour trades are not the best, but if you have a high accuracy like I do into precision trading, then you could go for that. But typically you shouldn't. So while generating swing trading identified in the power hour as well. So while we're trading within that hour in the market from 9:30 to about 10:30, we analyze the market, we take trades, and we look at stuff because we love stuff. Okay. So we look at charts and we identify any opportunities that we may have outside of the market hours if they trigger. For example, like a swing long or a swing short or whatever the case may be in a commodity or an index or what have you. So we place the limit orders. There's no effort. We place our limit orders. We know exactly where we need to place our stop and we let it ride. That's it. It's that simple. And there's no management, no micromanagement. Okay. For example, this is the trade that we did. I'm sorry, I didn't update these stats for you. You could look through our portfolio to see the trade that we closed in gold. But these are some of this is from my personal portfolio here. Gold. These are my gold trades, and it does not include this one. So I need to update that. I need to copy that. And let's see where's that. Okay, so we closed it. FOMC. Where is it? Where did we have? I think we started. We initiated the trade. Okay, here it is. Okay, no, that's not it. It's another one. Okay, it's not here. Okay, I don't know where it is. Okay, gold, 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 gold. No, I think this is it, but I forgot to track it here. Yeah. We got out at 3,700. Yeah, I'm going to show you. Let me see. I'm going to share my portfolio with you so you can see where it's at. Oh, here it is. Here it is. On September 17th, here it is. On September 17th, I said I'm closing my goal. And by the way, this is our outside of the trading room hour type of thing. Okay, so I'm closing my gold trade at 3,700. Okay, you can see it here. It was trading at 3706, and this was September 17th at 8:28 a.m. Okay, okay, so I wrote the symbol right here. All right, so that's that. Okay, so all right, this is the gold trade with the breakout. We initiated the trade here. This is how it went. So we made a ton of money there. Okay, these are some examples. We're gonna go. Okay. All right. So if you want to start trading, but you don't know where to start, okay. Oh, we could actually show you. By the way, when the data is going to come out, this is the CPI data, and that's why it's so important to have the catalyst. This is basically 5-minute workday. Okay, I was telling, my team today is like, when was the last time when we had like a 5-minute day or a half an hour day? Because this year has been very, very, very hard to trade. I mean, we were at the computer literally almost an hour and a half every single day. And I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, I love what I'm doing, but we had to sit here and kind of like babysit price because it wasn't reacting right. Okay, so you can see here, this is before the market even started. S&P achieved, NASDAQ wanted on deck, blah, blah, blah. You can see all targets achieved, bam, in 5 minutes. These are some CPI and PPI datas. NASDAQ context, I shared some charts right here. 1 minute to go, target one achieve, it trades above, stop as soon as possible to break even so we don't lose, right? That's called capital preservation, da 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 da. And we were done in about 5 minutes. It was like, thanks for playing. See you at 9:30. For traders that were late. Okay. This is again 5-minute workday. You can see the comments right here. Good morning, team. NASDAQ and ES already trading into all-time highs. Why I'm bullish over, and you can see the numbers here. These are the targets, 39. We were shooting for 39,000 here, by the way, and it shot up crazy pants, really, really into extremes. FOMC day today, thanks for playing. We were done. We were done. Go to the beach. Okay. So, anyways, a lot of things are happening when you have data and when you have strong market bias. So, turning your computer into your personal ATM. This is something that attracted me to day trading, and this is a phrase that one of my mentors used to use, and this is basically how he got me into day trading. It's like, oh, you can turn your computer into your personal ATM, and I was like, sign me up. And it wasn't cheap. It was about $15,000. That was my first course in New York. So I'm like, yes, forever grateful. This is the perfect time to learn how to trade your way to financial freedom. Markets will remain volatile for a very long time because we still have the tariff wars, FOMC rate cut or not. Let's see what's happened. Conflict, wars, massive layouts continue. Wow, this is crazy. So what's with the power hour? What's with the power hour, guys? Okay, so the term power hour refers to the near trading session open where there's typically a surge of trading activity and volatility. So you want volume plus volatility. You don't want volatility without volume like we had today. No, you want activity with volume, volatility with volume. In this period, is often characterized by higher trading volume and more significant price movements. So price moves easier, follows through. That's what we want. We want follow through to get it into target. We don't want a stagnant market. Okay, so we love that price fluctuation. So when is the best time to trade? I get this question all the time, so I had to put it on a slide. The best time to trade is from 9:30 to 11:30, but my favorite time is 9:35 to 10:35. That's really literally the juiciest power hour because it's 5 minutes from the open. The dust settled, the craziness, the chop is settled a little bit, and that is in a not really high volatility environment. But if you're crazy, trading in a crazy environment like a pandemic or something, the market calibrated after the first 3 hours. So you have to wait about 3 hours. And why? Because you have the most volume, you have volatility, and you have news, you have momentum, you have the market that is reacting to the data, which is very, very good. And other than that, guys, some of the worst times to trade are before any economic news releases, a couple hours before FOMC, on option expiration days, and we have an option expiration date, option expiration next week, and the last day of the month. That is really bad. Okay, it's often better to sit on your hands, run errands, do something else than be in front of the computer. So we have a futures trading room. If you guys are interested, let me just share the link here. I don't have it ready, so my bad. Okay, I was gonna share with you guys. Okay, here it is. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. Let me see. Okay, you guys can see it. Okay. All right, so we have a trading room. If you're interested in the trading room, that's great. You can scroll to the very bottom to see the performance portfolio as well. You can see the rates here as well. We have a 5-day pass as well. It only starts Monday to Friday, so you can't sign up tomorrow and just jump into the room. But we have it Monday through Friday. We have a yearly plan and a monthly plan. And if you want to see the performance, you have to click here from 2017 all the way to 2025. Okay, so here's it. Bum, bum. Let's see. 27, 28, 2018, 2020 pandemic. Oh my gosh, this was my best year ever. I loved it. 21, 22, etc. So you can see all the years, all the trades, full transparency. I mean, who does that? Okay. All right. So if you're losing money in the market, if you don't have a system, if you don't have a process, if you lack confidence, if you need a holding hand, if you want to learn as you earn, develop healthy habits, the room is for you. Plus, we have the 90-day Power Income Futures Masterclass, which is coming up beginning of November. We have already, we haven't even started enrollment, and we already have 3 members that have already signed up. Don't forget that every single class is tax deductible for you guys. So everything that you do is going to help you with your taxes next year. If you're a trader, so every week you will receive about 5 emails with on-demand lessons for the next 3 weeks. And we're going to have a super crazy menu, which you guys are going to be automatically incorporated into it starting January 15th or something like that. I forget the exact date. where you're going to instantly access everything. I mean, not instantly, because we're going to release it as you complete the classes. And these classes are about an hour and a half. I think the heaviest class is with technical analysis, where I think it's about 2 hours, or 2.5 hours, something like that. That's a little bit heavier. But 3 weeks, 5 emails a week with classes. You're going to receive all the details in that specific email that's going to walk you through the process, what you need to do, what you need not to do, and how you can view the on-demand classes. Plus, you're going to get 4 live mentoring sessions and implementation. This is very important because I'm going to teach you how to trace institutional levels, so you're never going to second guess when you're going to go, oh, am I going to be long? Am I going to be short? And you're going to have trading room live access for 3 months. And we're voted #1 best in the industry. And we're voted by Benzinga. So that's an authority in finance. So yeah, what you're going to get the futures trading course, where we take you from zero to hero, from student to pro trader. You're going to receive an e-manual, which has over 600 pages of education strategies, trading plans, and more. You're going to receive 4, not 3, live coaching sessions. You're going to receive 3 months access to the trading room, where we hold your hand through the trades. We teach you how to be successful and earn while you learn. You're going to get a private X feed, where you're offered, you guys saw, alerts outside of the market hours if they happen. But basically, the private X is for trades that have been called in the trading room, and that is swing trades, okay? Futures swing trades, only future swing trades. We have a separate swing trading program with separate information. So these are, for example, only future swing trades. You saw how I released information to my students, to my followers, that we are going to be closing the trade in gold. Wouldn't it be awesome if you were in a swing trade and you go like, oh my God, what do I do now? What do I do now? Wouldn't it be awesome to have somebody like me tell you, hey, we should actually exit now, okay? Or exit at this price. That's super valuable. And I created basically this system and this course because, and when I created the trading room and the course, I created it with, with something that I wish I had that I never had. Okay. So you're going to get the platform layout because really successful trading is about not only having the right strategy, but knowing how to look at optimized screens and charts. So you need to know, where do I have the daily? Where do I have the 5-minute chart? Where do I look at the 1-minute chart? Where should that be? So the layout is easy done for you. You're going to get student personal support every time you have a question in the trading room. That's perfect. Come inside. I'm going to answer all of your questions, including the course. Risk position size calculator, so you're in control of your trades. And we're going to have like a crazy pants system going into January, where that journal is automatically going to calculate not only your position size, but it's going to calculate your R. It's just incredible. So the value of the course, literally, if I sold everything separate, it's over $36,000. And this is the only place where you can learn how to trade like a pro and earn trading with us live every single day in the trading room. So if you want to start your trading journey now, $59.99, and includes everything. And the best thing is that you won't need another class ever again. You don't need another workshop ever again. You don't need another technical analysis book. You don't need to learn any setups ever again, because this is the complete system. Okay. It walks you through everything. And when you deconstruct the price, it's literally $16 a day. That is $499 a month. How many of you guys here shop at Costco? And when you check out, you have like $200, $300, $400 in your cart and go 2 to 3 times a week. And by the end of the month, you go like, why did I buy that? Okay. So you actually buy stuff that you don't need. This is stuff that you need. And this is stuff that is going to make you money to go more often at Costco and buy stuff. Okay. So Again, if you would like to enroll, like I said, the enrollment hasn't even started, but I actually am having a really hard time with. We had some very oops, sorry about that. Um, what did I do? Okay, share. Okay, here we go. All right, so I had a really hard time with our page because I wanted to share with you that the program is starting. Just going to share with you this. Okay, here it is. All right. So we are going to start November 3rd. The reason for that is because we're going to send you the on-demand lessons. And at the end of the week, guess who's going to get together? We are. Okay. Okay. We're going to have a date. And we're going to go into mentoring and implementation, everything that you've learned. So we're going to make it even simpler than what we taught into the on-demand course. So here's the course. It's going to be a little bit confusing for you guys here. So if you sign up, you're going to see that it says here September 29th. It's actually November 3rd. Okay. So this class has already completed. It's done. Okay. All right. So you're going to receive 15 on-demand classes starting with, here we go again, November 3rd. Okay. And we're going to have live trading room access for 90 days. Okay. Monday through Friday from 9 in the morning till 11:30 at night, 11:30 a.m., not at night. And again, it will be 3 months. Okay. So if you want to click here, you can join. It's going to take you to a checkout page. You can check with any credit card, Cash App, whatever it is. You can pay with anything. And oh, forgot to share something with you. Boom, here it is. Okay. Also, if you sign up, you're going to get access to the on-demand futures swing trading course. If you want to add this course, if you want to add the swing trading course to your day trading course, this is $1,997. The regular price is $4,997. So if you go now to our website, okay, so if you go to our website right now, let's see where that is. You will see that the course, okay, here it is. Okay, you will see that the course, okay, here we go. All right, future swing trading course. If you want to sign up, so whoever doesn't want the day trading course, you can sign up for the swing trading course. It's $4,997. Okay. So for those of you guys that want to take it a step further, this is where you sign up. Okay. Because it includes the 1,997. But again, when you go out and check out, it's going to be price for the day trading course plus the swing trading course. Okay. So it's going to be 2 in 1. And this is what's included. Most of it I already mentioned in here. Intro to futures, candlesticks, market cycles. We went a little bit into market cycles. This is going to show you the optimum time to buy or to short, to exit or to short, or to go long, or hold on to positions. This is super important. We're going to talk about market trends and how to trade them, trading time frames, anatomy of the trade. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We talk a lot more in the course. Market tempo, trigger times. This is a proprietary for TradeOutLoud. We teach you 10 trading strategies, which is insane. We teach you one trading strategy for the overnight. For those of you guys that are very busy, cannot attend the trading room, and still want to make money, we're going to teach you everything about technical analysis that you need. Money management. We're going to get into that position sizing here, risk tolerance, money management, risk reward, etc. All the good stuff is here. Trading psychology, how to develop a winning mindset. The journal, which is insane. What we have just released right now. It is insane. Okay. What we have released right now, and it's already available to our traders. trading action plan. This is like a minute by minute. I wish I could show you, but I can't. It's proprietary for our students. Oh my God, it shows you like steps that you need to take before the market opens, and then the market opens, what charts you need to watch. Let's say from 9:30 to 9:35, what you need to do, like boom, 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 boom. From 9:35 to 10 o'clock, what you need to do, boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm sorry, 9:45. At 9:45, what you need to do and what time frame you need to watch. So it's like super crazy detailed. Also, we give you a trading plan. How many times, you were at a presentation and you said, oh, you need to have a trading plan? How many times? Did anybody ever show you a trading plan? Like, seriously, ever said, like, okay, here's my trading plan. I'm giving you guys my trading plan right here. The power of the levels, this is what we do live. You're also going to receive some on-demand recordings, but we're going to do it live. We're going to do it live in here, okay? And our mentoring sessions. And then we're going to put everything together. Again, we do it live. And again, if you want to sign up, these are some of our latest students that have just completed the class. You can meet them in the trading room. Some of them are in here tonight. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So this is it for tonight, guys. I thank you so much for giving me the time to share what I love and what I do every single day. I wish you guys are going to be having a great time in the market tomorrow. I hope to see you in the room on Monday. I really hope to see you in the November class, which is going to be really crazy pants. Hey, Kay. Okay, so thanks so much, everybody. Hope you guys are going to have a great day tomorrow. Have a phenomenal weekend and actually get ready and charge your batteries for next week. We start earnings season, and it is the last, most powerful, most dynamic 6 weeks for the market right now, and time to make money just before the holidays. And then we wind down a little bit. So thanks so much, everybody, for participating. I will see you guys very soon in our classes and in the trading room. Have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. Good night, everybody.